Hello friends, welcome to my channel Go Digit. Today in this video we will try to understand this function which is named as SetSelection Filter. As you can see from the Microsoft documentation that this function is basically available for the page object and it takes the record parameter. So if we see the definition, it says that it notes the records that the user has selected on the page, then it marks those records in the table specified, like which is the table specified in the parameter, and then sets the filter to the marked only. So that's a simple definition it has, and the syntax is also very much simple, that we have to pass the page dot set selection filter and then the parameter. Okay, page is the instance of the page data type. So if we see this in the VS Code, I have created one extension object, basically belongs to the sales order list. Okay, so if I name it as sales order page txt. Okay, so here I'm creating one action button, and in this action let's try to understand, let's try to use this function. Okay, so we know that as per this definition, what it is saying, that this function is available in the page, and here if you see, this is my list page. So if you type current page dot set selection filter, then you will get this option. And now what it takes the parameter of the record table. Okay, so the thing is basically uh, uh, because it whatever records I will select on the page, multiple records if I select on the page, that record will be marked as, and then in the table it will be get marked, and then I can be able to use those records and then play with those records. Okay, so for example, in order to pass the record parameter into this function, let me create one variable of record table with respect to this page, right? Says header, and then I'll pass this sales header here. Okay, now when I have already passed this, and then we will see like basically what exactly happened in the business central. So to check that, uh, let me do one thing. I'll type here message %1 as sales header dot count, right? And I'll also try to use repeat until sales header dot next equals to 0. So we will see that now if I select multiple records, because the definition is saying that it will mark all those records whichever I will select in the page level, and then if all get selected, are we able to use them one by one in a repeat until loop or not? Okay, so let me type here message sales header dot number, right? So let's build this project, and if I try to publish it, we will try to see the output. Let's see guys, that because I'm not using the find first or find set here, so will it work or will it not work? Let's test that. So now the extension is published and I did not get any error as well. So let me see if we get any error or not, or what kind of an output we will receive. Okay, cannot build the page. The metadata object was not found in the compiler with the emit version. Something wrong in it. uh, okay, okay. I think in my launch.json I have provided the startup object ID, but it is not a page, it's a page extension. So that's why I'm getting an error. Let me publish again, and I hope this time we will not get any error. Okay, let me see. Yes, I think this time it is published, and yeah. So now if I open sales order list, okay, so here I am, and let's say where is my action button? Hmm, here it is. Okay, so let me see, like for example, if I select multiple records, let's say like this one and this one, 1 2 and 4 and 5, so total 4 records I have selected, right? This is the what the definition is the saying, that it notes the records that the user has selected on the page. So I have selected these number of records on the page, okay, and based on that it will mark those records in the object table object which I pass it as a parameter. So if I run this, so you will see that first of all I'm getting the output as 4 because I was passing sales header dot count. So it count basically that total number of records which are now available in my sales header parameter is 4, basically from the count side. Okay, and now you see I'm getting output as 1 2 4 5, right? So in that way, as you can see, that I'm able to pass on with the uh, with the whatever number of records I selected, those are available and I can play with them. All right, now this is one of the use case of the set selection filter function, where you select the records on the page level, pass those records in the table, which system by automatically mark them, and then we can play with only those records which I have selected on my current page. I am not interested in all the records, but I am interested only in the selected records. Okay, then the thing is, sometimes if you like, let me show you one thing. Like if we open the, okay, not like this, let me open chart of accounts. So as you can see that I have already opened up this chart of account page, and here if I scroll to the right, you can see here that there is a field called totaling, and here for all the GL accounts where the account type is end total, we can prepare this kind of a filter of different GL accounts, right? You can see here. So if I open the card, this is a totaling field, and it is not like a normal type value which user is typing, but if I click on the assist edit, based on the selection of records, selection of the GL which you will do, system will create a filter out of it. So for example, let me select these and this one, and then click on OK. Okay, I'm getting some error. Let me refresh. And if I select now like this, so you can see here that it managed to create a kind of a filter text for me, right? On the basis of it, that only these particular GLs will be used to calculate the total stuff for this particular GL account. And the GL which are in the sequence, system use dot dot, and if they are not in sequence, system use the pipe to combine all of them. So similar this kind of a text we will build out with the respect of our uh, uh, code unit selection filter management. So let's see that stuff. So let's see this, that how we can build this kind of a text, and from the assisted perspective, or from just like in our case perspective, we can prepare this filter and can assign this to play with the records, or whatever the things we want to do. Okay, so for this, Microsoft have now given us one code unit which is called selection filter. Okay, selection filter management. And if I take you there, so basically it has this one procedure available called GetSelectionFilter, which takes two parameters. One is the record ref parameter and second one is the field ID, right? The field ID from the table, whichever we want to, on which we want to prepare the filter, just like I have shown you in the chart of account card. Okay, so this is the main filter through which helps us to prepare that kind of a filter. However, by default, also in this code unit, they have provided a same this preparation of this filter for multiple standard tables. Like you can see that get selection filter for item, get selection filter for dimension value. So in this case it is taking only the record object, and it is not taking, just like the get selection filter we have seen, it is passing two parameters. However, if you see the definition, it is also doing the same thing, that it is calling get selection filter function only. Either if you check the item function, if you check the dimension value, so you will find multiple same function for different tables, and the code is also very much similar. So in this way, like if you really playing with the base objects, then for the base objects you might can refer this code unit and see if the standard functions are available. Based on that, you can directly call them, and then system will prepare the filter for you. In case you are playing with your custom object, and then obviously this standard functions might not be available, but as I shown you that this get selection filter is always available for base objects, for custom objects. So on that basis we can use this function to prepare that kind of a filter. So let's see this. If I type here selection filter dot get selection filter for sales header. Okay, so for sales header it is available. So what it will take, it will take only the sales header parameter, which I have passed in the set selection filter as well, so I can use that. But let's understand from the custom table perspective, in case this function is not available. So as I told you that we have only this get selection filter function available, and it takes two parameter. One is the record ref parameter and second one is the selection field ID. Okay, so first of all, because it takes the parameter of rec ref, so I'll create, sorry, record ref. Okay, and I can pass that record ref, And then the second parameter it takes is the ID of the selection field. Okay, so because based on my records which I'm selecting on the page, okay, let me okay, so based on whatever records I'm selecting on the page, this data item, this table have the reference of that. Okay, so I need to pass that which field data I want, right? Because it has multiple fields, so I can select primary key, I can select non-primary key fields. It totally depends on you. So based on whatever I want, I just have to provide the ID. So to provide the ID of the field ID of that particular field, we know that in the record we have this function called field number, in which I just have to pass the name of my field which I want, right? So I want the number only from the sales header, so I can pick that up. Now this get selection filter will prepare a kind of a filter which I showed you there, and then I can utilize that filter accordingly to any place. So because you know that it returns the text, so if I create one text variable and then, sorry, let me pass it here, string, like this, and then if I create this string text as a string variable as a field, then it will automatically be available on my field, and we can easily see that at the page level. Or based on now this string have that complete filter from the sales header table, and that same filter I can utilize in filtering the other tables to find the object and then to play with them, the selection records, like that stuff, right? So if I now show you that what kind of an output I will receive, so sorry, I don't need this percentage one, let me remove it. Okay, and as I told you, like if you want that whatever records you are selecting, which you are passing into the string variable as a filter, and then the same filter I can directly pass to the other tables or to the same reference table. To, like for example, what I'm saying is that I can create posted sales invoice, posted sales receipt, right, record, purchase receipt, no, purge, let me see, I'm missing something, this one, purge dot receipt. Okay, so if I want to create purge, why I'm not getting the, okay, like this, posted sales, okay, name, variable name is wrong, although set filter, and then we have this order number field there which I can directly pass into like this way, right? And then whatever basis, whatever records I'm selecting, if I want to see that if any receipt is available against that order number or not, I can easily test that. I can directly pass the complete filter of my selected records and then play with those records using find set, repeat until, and so on. Okay, so that is the way we can use that. Now let's see this output first of all, that but wait, we are still missing something, that although we are passing the reference, record reference, but the thing is I have not done anything with respect to this object. Okay, so to make the record reference work, I need to provide the required table and pass this to the record reference object so that this variable points to some table. Okay, so for that, record ref, and if you see, we have this function called get table, and in this we just have to pass my table variable reference, right? So now this variable will have or will store the reference of my sales header object, and then this function will take this parameter as a sales header, and then this field id, which is the number in this case. So I'll build this and then see what type of output I will receive. Let me close this. Okay, let me go to sales order list, and just like I'll select this one, click on this function, so I'm getting the output as 4, click on OK, and now you see what type of filter system I've prepared. Sales order number 1 dot dot sales order number 2, because these two are in a range, in a sequence, so that's why dot dot. Then we put a gap, we did not select it the 3, and hence system have used the pipe option, and then 4.5. So it's like a complete filter which I am getting from the get selection filter function, or our selection filter code unit, standard code unit. It gives me the complete filter out of the box. There is no need that you need to prepare a kind of a filter to pass it for your further processing, for your further needs. So now it is too easy that in case you want to play with some filters, you want to generate some filter based on the selection of the user record, like based on whatever whatever records users select on the current page, and then you only want to deal with those selections only, then you know that you need to use the object code unit, standard code unit selection filter management, and then it will you can utilize this function get selection filter for your base objects, for your base tables, for your custom tables, and it will automatically create everything, right? So that's the functions which I wanted to explore, and which I wanted to share in the today's video. So you can now utilize them, set selection filter or the get selection filter of the selection filter management, and try to use them and see how you can take the benefit from this standard code units, right? So that's all in the today's video. If you like it, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.